Well, there's John Hriscina, and he has watched the first 3 games. He realizes Handegard is lined up on the championship pair.
And as we predicted, he is starting the match, so he'll finish on the right lane.
And he better get off to a fast start.
That's fast enough, Denny? This man is so strong. He amazes me. He is just, to me, he's the dominant player on the senior tour right now. He's been there all night.
Well, he's won 6 consecutive matches in the championship round. He's trying to make it number 7.
Well, I really think he needs to get out to a quick start because I'm convinced Hriscina is going to start striking. He's going to come out 17.2. It's a 10.5 board. He's been right there, board and a half belly.
This guy's wearing out the second arrow.
Yeah, well, he's wearing out the consistent speed, too.
Good point for our bowling fans across the country. You have to have consistent speed if you want good results. And the results right now are what John Handegard is putting up on the board as he starts with a double, and Hriscina is down 10.
Staring at that rack. I don't know if he likes it or not. Here it comes. The bad break and leaves the 7-pin. And we see that he's starting in at the 15th board at 16.6.
All the way out to the 8th board.
8th board, right. The difference in the way guys do it. 16's bellying the ball 8 boards as opposed to a board and a half for Handegard. A muscle game, but look how short the backswing is. He is so strong from this point on as he hits a pivot step here, a nice long slide, and just snaps it through.
Really explodes, turns the ball. This one comes up flush. So John Hriscina, who used to swing the ball almost over his head, he told me, and throw it probably twice as fast as he is now, ends up with a strike on lane 45. He said he's really changed his game quite a bit in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he told me the same thing. It's amazing to think of him having a backswing over his head. Well, he must have broken some pins when he did that. I'll tell you.
This guy doesn't break him. He just caresses him down. See, you know when you got to go, when you watch those pins start rolling and revolving as they head into the pit, while you're just rolling them right off the deck at that point.
That's the classic perfect strike. The ball hit the 1, 3, 5, 9, and all the other pins hit the pins they were supposed to hit. The result 3 in a row and 30 in the first. 20-pin lead.
Start checking out those pins, and they're whirling on the way back. You know you're rolling that thing. 6 shots, 5 strikes. You were right. High scoring. Ooh, try to tickle that 7 down, and Hriscina is going. Guy finally stopped striking.
This machine, does he ever stop?
Tell you what, get a couple of batteries, you plug them in, the guy does nothing but go to the line and give you X's.
Well, he does nothing but throw it in the 1-3 pocket anyway. 1 shot in 3.5 games out of the pocket. No mistakes now. Cover the spare.
This evening, mistake is not in his repertoire.
And there's our PBA Hall of Famer, former public relations director of the PBA.
Coming out to lend a hand on the PBA Senior Tour, E.A. Bud Fisher.
Swung it more. Oh my goodness, it's Handegard's night, I guess. You can't throw it any better than he threw that one. He threw it just a little bit slower and swung it just a little bit more. Look at the turn on this ball. Hits about the 12th, 13th board, out to about 7. And there's your result, the old solid 8. What some people said was the only true tap in bowling. Personally, I never believed that.
I don't think Hriscina believes that it stood. That was his best shot of the night.
16.6, started at 12.5, swung it out to 6.5. So he's swinging at 6 boards on the right lane, which we said all along was a little bit tighter.
16.6 in speed on both lanes. That's consistent. One more strike for Hriscina, who really is just a solid 8 away from being right in the thick of this one.
To being actually ahead. If he carries that, that's 20 pins. He's down 19. Chink in the armor there.
A little more speed that time, 17.7, but he hit the 11 board instead of 10. Ball looked like it skidded a little bit, didn't it?
Just a little bit.
You'd been hitting 10, 10.5. That one hit the 11.
And a half, 0.5 of a mile faster can make it skid just another foot or two and not make it back.
Of course, what we're chatting about is Brunswick Bowler Vision Bowler Track being supplied to us here on ESPN this summer to basically track the speed and direction and location of our professional shots. And it's been kind of fun for you and I to break it down at 15 feet and 45 feet. Miami Herald sports columnist, one of the outstanding bowling writers, an award-winning writer, and a PBA Hall of Famer in his own right. Dick Evans manning the press room along with EA Bud Fisher for the senior tour, and boy, they've done a marvelous job.
Marvelous job. Dick worked for the Miami Herald for 40 years.
And we've got about 80 years experience between the two of them, and they've done their best to keep you and I in line all week long, although they haven't been able to do that.
And John struggling just a little bit. He's gone now 3 frames without a strike. I really think that Hriscina is going to get right back in this. This one crept just a little bit high. You can see it was high all the way, left that 4-pin. Sometimes you trip it out with that 2-pin. Didn't do it this time.
Interesting thing there. No deflection whatsoever in Handegard's ball as it went through the pocket that time.
Well, when it hits that high, it doesn't want to deflect.
Why is that? Is it rolled out?
No, because it's higher on the head pin at that point. What makes it deflect is it hits that head pin on the right.